And I'd be like, okay. You know, because I used to have a toxic level of going and going and going and going. So, hey guys.
Welcome back
to the You're Not Crazy podcast.
Or maybe you are, but you're in good company.
You are in great company.
To the Most High God, we lift your name. To the Most High God. Okay, so let's do it again. To the Most High God.
Hi guys. So we have decided to film our last.
Guidance will start now.
Okay, sis.
Right turn ahead, and then left turn at the end of the road.
We decided to film our last podcast episode as a mini vlog. So we're going to be talking about some different things. We are headed to an event and okay, I need to put my seatbelt on. Hold on, y'all. So we've decided to film our last episode via vlog style. So we're going to be talking about some things. We're actually headed to the Atlanta area to go to an event that we're really super excited about. So yeah.
Right turn.
This GPS is being real disrespectful. She keep cutting me off when I'm talking and I don't appreciate it. But we just want to say hey to y'all. Anna's driving, so she'll be popping her face in the camera every now and then. But we just want to say hey to y'all, let y'all know what's going on. And hey, how you doing, sir? Good morning. So anyway, we love y'all and we'll get on here in a little bit and get to talking about our topics. All right. Okay, y'all, so Anna and I both just did car makeup, and I must say, it's giving. Anna looks good, I look good. I just realized, y'all haven't seen me since I've given birth, but I'm 2 months postpartum. It's giving.
North is on the left.
So, yes, Anna has learned to multi-drive. I've had to learn to do that too. Which that's my term I've coined, where basically you're multitasking while driving. But she did her makeup, I did mine, and here we are. Here we are.
North is on the left.
So we were like, what are we going to talk about? Because the original plan was to reach out to you guys and ask you all to ask us questions, but we forgot to do that. So one thing I was going to say that we could was to pretty much answer questions that people ask you and I all the time. So we could also do that as well. So I was going to ask you, Anna. The first question is, what have you learned about yourself? Do you want to do it since we started the podcast or this year?
I mean, either. I probably will have 2 different answers.
Okay.
But, oh Lord Jesus. Okay.
The disrespect on this road is really, Atlanta traffic is just gross anyway.
Not gross.
If you're from Georgia, you've ever been in Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you have to be either super skilled or so terrible that you don't care and you just get out of the way.
Or very patient.
100 north is on the right.
Oh, you would tell me now, sis. Like, oh yeah, you need to get off right here. And it's like, thank you for letting me know. And I'm like, 4 lanes away.
Literally 4 lanes. Oh, we were literally 4 lanes over.
Okay, so we're almost there.
G 400 north.
As far as the podcast, I think I realized about myself how much I really do not talk to people, and how uncomfortable that has been. And then as far as this year, I think I have learned that I actually do care about stuff more than I thought I didn't. Some good and some bad, if that makes sense. So I do care about how I'm perceived by people. Like, that does matter to me. You know, some people, like, they're really able to kind of, I realize how people perceive me really does matter. And the good part about that is that I think the way that I approach people or how I handle people is from that vein. But also on the flip side, I have found myself second guessing myself, or things that I want to do, or things that I have said. I find myself going through that whole mental battle of it all afterwards, because I'm concerned about, like, how they perceived something that I said or whatever. So I guess that's like the good and bad of it. But yeah, I think I definitely have realized that I do have something to say, and I do have an opinion about stuff, and I actually don't mind sharing it. And then that one thing I want to work on, especially going into the new year, is not allowing people's possible perceptions. Some perceptions I probably have made them in my head, but people's possible perceptions of me, not allowing it to taint me, but to, like, use it as a way to just ensure that I treat people the way I want to be treated. That's about it. Yep.
That's good. I agree with that whole statement about what you were saying about sometimes you have perceptions of yourself. It's almost like you project that on people.
Yes.
And they're not even thinking about that at all. And you're like, I'm so sorry. And they're like,
about what?
I wasn't thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, but okay. Sure.
Yes. We just talked about that last night. Because I was like, oh God, like, I feel like I knew I was aggravated. I'm like, is my aggravation coming off? Or, anyways, I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, for context, Anna and I were on the phone yesterday afternoon discussing today. And we both were kind of in a hustle and bustle of the day. And I was actually coming down from everything. I had just gotten back from the movies with my children. And Anna was out and about with her husband and getting some stuff done. And so I ended up calling her last night. And she's like, I was literally just about to call you. And I was like, what are you wearing? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, also, I just want to call and, like, apologize because... And I'm like, for what? She was like, I just, like, I didn't realize, like I had an attitude. Like, I didn't want you to think that I had an attitude with you. And I was like, I didn't think about it at all. Actually, I got off the phone with you and went on about my life. And she was like, well, I was aggravated, and I just could tell. I was like, oh my God, like, Tam probably thought I had an attitude, and I don't want her to think I was upset. And I was like, I didn't think twice about it. I was like, I just figured you was going through your day. She was like, yeah, I was like, don't worry, sis. I promise you, I was not even... Which is funny, but like you said, your perception, but I think there's a healthy part about that. There's a healthiness to it, because people who are aware of themselves are able to catch themselves, because it's possible I could have been offended. You know what I'm saying? And you were able to come to me and say, hey, like, listen, earlier, like, that was not towards you. I was just having a moment. Thankfully, I don't want to say I've arrived to that point, but I feel like I'm mature enough. Like I told Anna last night, I said, listen, sis, unless you tell me directly you got an issue with me, I no longer can allow myself to go to that place, because I will go to that place and be there all for the rest of the night going, is she upset with me? Did I say something? I wonder what she's upset about. I can't allow myself to get to that place at all. So, yeah, I told Anna, I was like, unless you tell me you upset with me, I'm just going to think everything's fine. So, to piggyback off, I think for me, one thing I've learned since we've done the podcast, I learned about myself that I was not pleased with how I present myself in public or in front of the camera. Because I would go back and look at the podcast and go, sis, you really look beat down. Like, what were you doing? And I know people say, oh, you were pregnant. This is like, but there's a level of, I care about myself enough to put myself together enough. You don't have to be perfect. And I've always been a proponent and like, I've always gone for be who you are, be comfortable, and don't change who you are just for the camera, because I've been doing YouTube for 4 years now. However, there's still you still have to present yourself a certain way. So I learned that about myself. And then overall, throughout the year, I learned that I had lost myself in being a wife and being a mother and being an entrepreneur, that I lost sight of who Tamara was. And in the midst of losing sight of who Tamara was, I lost myself and keeping myself up. I didn't know who I was. I didn't even know what my style was. And when I was trying to go back into figuring out who Tamara was, what I liked, I literally was like, I don't even know. I know what I'm drawn to, but I'm like, I don't even know what I like anymore. So I had to go back and figure that out, and figure out, like, what do you like? What do you want to be a part of? What types of events do you want to go to? Like, all of that. I'm still learning that about myself. So this is going to be an ongoing journey into 2024 for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm still figuring out. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, everything. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to be perceived in 2024. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things. So that's what I would say.
But I was gonna say, especially after having a baby, you're already trying to figure out who you are as a mother and as a person that is a mother. And then when you add on having another baby and other children, then you're trying to figure out, how can I now be a mother to multiple different children that need multiple different things, while also wanting to figure out who you are, because you're not the same person that you were 9 months ago. You know, so it's like, that's the part about motherhood that I think sometimes isn't discussed, is how quickly you change. It's not just your body, it's not just your household grew. Like, you literally are, like, that is a very quick turnaround and change. And a lot of the times you're not thinking about the change internally. You're just trying to make sure that the outward things are done, like getting a baby room together, or making sure you have a car seat, or, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about that type of stuff. And then when it hits you one day, you're like, holy crap, like, I'm not the same person anymore, so I can't operate the way that I was before. And now, emotionally, I have to be a different person.
It's a struggle.
Who is that? And then style just makes it worse, because now you're trying to put clothes on this new body.
Child. My God.
And being comfortable, especially when you add on breastfeeding, because it's not like you can just throw a bra on anymore.
No.
Most times your bras don't fit and they're super uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
The nursing bras, when you are like, when you have more than an A cup, and that's not me being rude, I'm just being honest. Like, when you have ladies and then they fill up with milk, them nursing bras ain't for us.
They're not doing Nathan. They're not supporting anything.
They don't support anything other than feeding the baby. Like, there's no support. It's like you're wearing a sports bra.
That's it.
So then you have to, it's already getting dressed just with that dynamic throws off everything. And then add on, I don't even like this. Like, this, I don't even like this shirt. Why did I buy this shirt?
Let me tell you something. I've looked in my closet. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I've looked in my closet, honey.
Did you get nauseated?
I was in my closet and I said, half this stuff I am not going to wear. I am really, there's a YouTuber that I follow named Maya Galore that I love dearly. And she did a video about a capsule wardrobe. And like, when I tell you, I can get to tell you, last night I went on Amazon and I purchased a few items to start my capsule wardrobe.
Oh, I've been trying to do a capsule for like a couple years.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
time.
What I'm trying to get to. That's why I gravitated towards those blazers so quick, because I'm like, I can build 6 outfits out of this one piece.
Yep, exactly.
So you just need your staple stuff: a good pair of jeans, a good pair of black pants, one that can be worn with boots, one without.
Yep.
Like, you need some good neutrals, and you can just switch out some stuff. Once you get your basics and stuff, after that you're just having fun with accessories, like a cute bag, a cute shoe.
Exactly. And that's what I'm doing. Last
I
night I got a white long sleeve shirt. I got a white turtleneck. I got a black long sleeve shirt. I got a black turtleneck.
Yep.
I got a pair of like leather like black leggings, like solid, because the ones I have are like faded black, just stretchy. I got some that could be like dressed up or dressed down. And then I got a deep aqua, almost like, not aqua, like a between aqua and green. I don't know how to explain that color. Jade, almost like a jade turtleneck. And I'm gonna probably get like Oh, and I got a tan turtleneck. All of them. And now I have plenty of vests and like things I could throw over top of it and keep it moving and like literally build multiple outfits out of it. So I was like, I'm not even finna, we ain't even finna play.
That has been my goal, is just to, because I think I had told you that maybe last year, the year, I was like, I'm just like, nothing in my closet brings me joy. It more so aggravates me because I have stuff in there that either does not fit anymore, doesn't fit my style, or I don't have the shoes to go with that, or I have shoes but I don't have the right pants. And I realized there's certain styles of pants that I just don't like anymore. Like, those don't work for my body. I don't like them on my body. The ones that I do like, you know, I got them together. I was really sad because I had actually started, like, gotten like 3 pair of pants from Old Navy, and I got them too big. But I knew once I was going to try, and I think it was around the holidays, I was like, I'm not even going to try and it was just too much going on. So I got to go back and get them. But they were like the trouser pant, and I was going to get a long and a short so I can wear some with my mules, because, you know, I just got like 4 pair of those. And then I have some that could be cute with a couple pair of heels. And then I just need a black, a tan, a navy, and a color, a fun color, which actually mine was like a green color too. But I'm like,
I'm thinking about getting a coral or like a peach or like a blush color.
Yes, like a few, like, for me, I've wanted to find just the few colors that I can wear year round. And some I'll get more summery than others. Like, I love yellow, so that means I'll probably do more mustard-ish in the fall. But also, I also realize I don't care after a certain point. Like, I will wear a full-on spring outfit in the fall. That's like spring colors. I just, like, I don't, you get what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's like, if I know I like pink, then I'll get more blushy pinks for fall and more like hot pinks or like really pretty pinks for spring and summer. But I'm just gonna stay in my colors. Like, I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of prints unless it's a print that I know I'm gonna wear. Like, the only print that I really stick with for real is leopard print. But you can put leopard print with so much depending on the color. Neutral. If you get the right leopard print, you can wear it as a neutral. Period. It's just as versatile as khaki.
Yeah.
If you do it right.
If you do it right. Which, sorry y'all, we didn't mean to go on a clothes tangent.
We didn't have a whole
like trying to figure it out. That was me that got us on that tangent. But anyway, y'all, so the next question I was gonna ask was, and I'll ask myself since I asked you first, what have I learned about Anna since we started the podcast?
Yeah, we can just do the podcast.
Okay.
That makes the most
So,
sense.
what I've learned about my dear friend.
It sounds like you're doing like a eulogy or like what is
not
the
a
service?
eulogy.
What is the service at the funeral? What is it called? I should know this.
What is it?
What is it called?
I thought it was just the homegoing solace.
Yeah, we'll just say the reflections.
But what I learned about my dear friend Anna is, since we started the podcast, because I've learned a lot about her just this year, but since we've started the podcast, I learned that through her hurt that she's learned to love again. And I also learned that even since the podcast, because since we started the podcast, I've been very much pregnant. But I've learned the type of friend that Anna is. Because she's had to show up more as a friend than I've been able to show up as a friend, because I literally could not show up for her in the ways that I would normally show up, because I've literally been pregnant and sick and all these things. Now, what you all don't know is, which we've talked about this before, but we both we run a education and consulting program, and we're the directors. In the midst of us being directors, we also teach in the program as well. And so when I went on maternity leave, Anna had to step up to the plate and pretty much run the whole program. I mean, she's had to conduct interviews, hire people. Like, it's a lot that has happened just while I was gone on maternity leave. She's had to handle our board of directors and everything. So with all that being said, she's had to step up to the plate for that. On top of being there for me as a friend. She helped put together my baby shower. She literally was like there for me, helping me get stuff prepped for the baby. And then when the baby got here, like there was just a lot that went into that. And so I got to see her in a different aspect as far as like a friend is concerned. And I have learned that Anna is one that's not going to do a lot of talking. She just going to show up and be what you need her to be. And so it's not a whole bunch of like, girl, I got you what you needed. It's just like, okay, hey, I'm ordering dinner for your family tonight. What do y'all want? Or, hey, I was going to stop by and help you get stuff organized for the baby. Or, hey, no. And Anna has been a huge advocate, like speaking up for me, to the point where one day she was like, I'm sorry, am I doing too much? Because we were in a meeting, she was like, Tam's not coming back. Don't even ask Tam, she's not going to be available because she has a whole baby. And I was just like, okay. She's like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's okay. Cody was like, go ahead, step up, because you know. But yeah, so Anna literally like I've seen her have to show up how she needed to show up as a friend. And so that's what I learned since the podcast. I could say so much more, but since the podcast, I'll just leave it at that, because I probably start crying. And I just did my makeup. And who got time to be crying off makeup that I worked hard on in the car? Not me. I'm not doing that. Okay, now it's your turn to answer. What have you learned about me since the podcast? That I'm gassy. Y'all don't know this, but I pass so much gas while we record. While we recorded the podcast.
Or every time we sit down to get ready to record, you had to burp.
That is true.
Every single time.
In
I
a
felt like
quarter
it was
of a
just a
mile,
sign
I blamed
of
it on
good
the
luck.
baby.
Turn.
It was just a sign of good luck. That's all. Okay, so we are parked because we're gonna find something to eat. But what I have learned about Tam, one, I already knew this about Tam, but I think it intensified. Like seeing it in action is
what you about to
it's so
say.
funny. But Tam is extremely determined and very, like, when she's focused, like, she's focused. And it's funny, but like at the same time, like, it actually is very inspiring. But I have noticed, like, there will be times where I can tell she's tired, or like would probably much rather be sleeping or like napping. And if we said we're gonna film, she's like, okay, all right, well, let me go make myself look like something, and then I'm gonna get up. And I just be like, you really could have been like, listen, I don't feel like it, like I just need to rest. But she's like, okay, do we need to record one episode, or do we want to go ahead and do two? Like, when she's ready and when she's focused and determined about something, like, she's gonna do it. And I mean, I'm sure she could probably see that across, like, just in general. But at work, like working with her and stuff, I see like how focused and how determined she is when she wants to achieve a goal. Like, there's nothing but the Lord himself could stop her from doing what it is that she's already said she's gonna do. And I am not like that. And it's not that I find excuses. I think I very easily will allow something else that seems like it makes more sense to take precedent. And like, I feel like for me, it's like, of course, like what my kids have going on is more important than what I want to do. And it's like, well, that's not always the case. Like, sometimes you can do both, you know?
Yeah,
so that's how I think for me it's been helpful to see, because in some ways there are certain things that I'm like, I'm just not gonna do that. Like, that's for Tam to do, and I'm going to be here to push her and congratulate her. That's just not my journey. But then there's some things that I'm like, no, Anna, you probably could push through and just be uncomfortable for a little while to get to the result that you want to get to. So that's actually been very helpful, because I'm not naturally like that, like, at all. And I think too, I'm very, it's very easy for me to become last. Like that, as long as the kids are good, my husband, our home, like, I will put any of my desires, like, not even on the back burner. Like, they don't even exist anymore, because I want to make sure that everything else is good. And there'll be times that my husband will be like, babe, are you sure? Like, you can, and I'll be like, that's too much of an inconvenience. And he's just like, it's really not. Like, I'm saying, go ahead. But in my mind, because it's not the way that I want it done, or it's not in the order, or it would throw possibly something off, or I don't want him to have to take on the responsibility of being there by himself, putting the kid, like, he ain't never done it before.
Right.
Like, but it's just in my mind, I'm like, no, like, I want us to, you know, stay the course. And he's just like, babe, go do. So I've been trying to, like, take more opportunities to actually do that.
I think there's a healthy balance to that, because where I may be one that's like, I'm gonna push through, I've learned from you to say when enough is enough. Or you be like, Tam, we're going home. Let's go home. And I'd be like, okay. You know, because I used to have a toxic level of going. So I feel like I found that balance becoming your friend, because you be the one to be like, we're not doing that. Nope, we're not doing that. We're not going to spend another hour here working ourselves to the bone when, you know, so. I think so.
Balancing each other out.
It really is a balance, because I do laugh, because you'll be like, well, I'm like, you, and you be like, I could, but like, then I'm like, girl, and you be like, okay, well, let me get some stuff figured out first, and then I'll call you when I'm ready.
Yes.
Which is funny. You know, I think it works. It really does work. And I think when you get to a point in life where you realize that, okay, I'm becoming last now, and that's not okay. That's a good place to be in, because now it's only up from here.
It's only up from here.
It's only up from here. So.
And you can't be mad at nobody else but yourself when the opportunity presents itself. It'd be different if the opportunity hadn't presented itself.
Did I tell you this was your water? Okay,
I
great.
just ain't touched it yet.
I feel like it's bougie. I haven't tried this one yet. I've tried the Body Armor. This is the water. I've tried the Body Armor like these, because they're supposed to help with breast milk too, with hydration. But I found a mall that's nearby on my GPS. So probably going to head in that direction, grab something to eat, and maybe do a little quick window shopping, because who's finna spend money after Christmas? And then head back. We don't really have to be as tight on schedule like we had to now, because, and we might find a cute little place, because you know how some of these malls be having really cute, like, bougie bathrooms. I used to get changed in our Dillard's bathroom in my hometown.
Because they were
nice. It was like a little hotel.
They had like they would have the mommy ones too. Some of the dealers
and they had
the family
carpet in
bathroom.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, So anyway, we're going to head out, do that. I have got to pee.
Same.
I have got to pee, Lord Jesus.
We can find a good like Quick Trip or something, then we'll be good, because their bathrooms aren't terrible. Okay. So we're about to do that, y'all. I'm gonna bring y'all with us. And we're gonna go from there. All right, guys. Okay, y'all, we have arrived to our first destination. Some places are bougie about cameras, so we'll see. I'll have to put it up if need be. But we have arrived to our first destination. There's really not a lot of people out here, so I'm very... She went in the back way, I went in front. It's not a lot of people out here, so I'm very much pleased. And it looks like Gabrielle Union today. Oh, that's so sweet. I've gotten that compliment only when I have hair.
Yeah, with long. Yeah, because you normally have yours out in your natural state. So,
child,
I'm giving Jill Scott, you giving Gabrielle Union.
Well, what I don't have is her teenage body.
Listen.
Because she ain't got nothing up.
No.
Nowhere. It's all right.
No, baby.
I'll hold the body for her.
You got body. That's all that matters. Body. BAWDY. W. Oh, not them flying around the corner.
Okay.
Okay, y'all, we walking to the first store. This is some store Anna was telling me about. We're going to see if it's what she said it is.
You can tell it's bougie. It's already playing music.
It's very much bougie. It's giving old time.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, so it's really feeling like college, high school. We literally have walked around this mall and sat and ate at the food court, which I don't know the last time we've done something like that. It's been a while. So we're about to go check out this really bougie bathroom that we want to change into for our event, because the event is a themed pajama event. So we're gonna change into that. But before we do that, I actually forgot my Bible and my journal. So we're gonna go across the street and get a journal from Ross, and then that's what we're gonna do. So, and then come back to the bathroom. So we'll see y'all in a little bit.
Toodles.
All right, guys. So we've stopped at Chick-fil-A
To get some food.
to get some food. The event we went to had food, but we weren't really hungry then, and
now we're hungry.
now we're hungry. Now we did eat them cupcakes. Them things was good. It was delicious. But anyway, so yeah, so we decided to get some Chick-fil-A because why not? Tomorrow does not feel like
It don't feel like
Sunday
let
at
alone,
all.
New Year's Eve.
At
It
all. All right, y'all. We made it back. I don't know if we ever showed y'all our matching. Sorry, I unbuttoned mine because I had to pump. But our matching PJs. And we've made it back. It was a good trip. We had a good time. And we are planning to go back and have another girls' day in Atlanta again. But we had a good time. How did you feel about everything?
I thought it went really well.
I could have used about another few hours. I still had a few hours left in me.
Yeah.
I'm sleepy, but like if I wasn't sleepy, the community and the engagement, I could have did more of that. So
Sorry, y'all.
anyway, y'all, we love y'all. We're gonna end the vlog here, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. Happy New Year. Hey guys.
Welcome back.
to the You're Not Crazy podcast.
Or maybe you are, but you're in good company.
You are in great company.